They will queue and queue and queue and queue round and round. And my son said, mommy, look at what is happening. I said, how do these people survive without with this situation? So I should know what that is expecting one. Once he gets it, that he will do something about it. That's how we come up with this idea of the water. We are happy that we are serving the people and the people are, are getting water to drink. Most of them will come and appreciate us and say, that we have helped them.
The residents of Mama Iyabo cling to the hope that someday the government will intervene and transform the living conditions of the community.
We don't have road, and you see at times if it is raining, you will see a lot of people will go by the roadside. They'll be thrown dirt on the main road. We also doesn't have toilet. You will see a toilet, you will see up to 30 tenants. They are using one. You can't leave your door open, go out and buy something. Before you will know, Babambola will enter. By the time you will take them to police station, 1 hour is too much. The police people will release them. In fact, we don't know what is happening.
This is the situation with many citizens in not just Nigeria. Are we ready for this conversation? What is the plight of an average Nigerian citizen in regards to housing? Housing is a fundamental human right, and these issues must be addressed.
Celebrating the contributions of individuals and organizations who have distinguished themselves in the housing sector, Africa International Housing Show held her 17th Gala and Award Night on Thursday, 27th of July 2023. The event marked the end of a 4-day gathering of housing stakeholders to proffer practical solutions to housing challenges in Nigeria and the world at large. The event, which started on the 24th of July, ended with the Best of ARHS Awards and Gala Night at the International Conference Center, Abuja. Dangote Cement PLC received the Best of ARHS Awards for the most innovative and value-creating cement manufacturer of the year. Also, Family Homes Fund Limited received the Best of ARHS Award for the most affordable housing provider of the year. Needs Realty received the Best of ARHS Awards for the fastest growing real estate brand. Also, First Trust Mortgage Bank Limited received the Best of ARHS Award for Mortgage Bank of the Year, alongside City Code Mortgage Bank Limited and Abe Mortgage Bank PLC. Venco also received the Best of ARHS Award for PropTech Company of the Year, among others. Awardees also expressed gratitude and promised to continue their pursuit for value and innovation through ARHS and the housing sector at large.
Yes, this is an innovative structure. It is a light gauge steel, so it is fast. We can complete the house and affordable. It is a price also less, and it will give the durability. 50 years. It is a galvanized steel, so this steel can load up to 50 years sustainable house, and it is very easy to build it, and also the price also cheap, and this is a new technology we are bringing into this country this year in this housing exhibition. Congratulations to Barrister Adebayo. He is a very innovative person. He started with his career with Abuja Housing Store. Now he is going to Africa International. I wish him he will go to the international platform to represent Nigeria. He will be all the best. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
It's an honor. So, the whole 365 days, always working and trying to serve the people. And we look at this, the massive strive that the Abuja International Housing Show have done over the years. And we see it as a welcome development every time, trying to bring in all the real estate together to push them forward, to actually to motivate us to do better. And I see it, better things to come for the real estate.
Well, I'm excited. I'm happy. We put in a lot of work to make sure that we do the right thing. we deliver the right products to our clients, and we give them the best quality in the market. So I've seen our efforts being recognized. It's really, really exciting, and I'm very, very happy. Well, I would like to say a very big thank you to the organizers for putting this up. This is our second time of participating in AHS, and then the standard has not dropped. It's still the same energy, in fact, greater vibes, and more people. I've gotten to network with a lot of people. I've gotten more opportunities, and I'm really, really excited. And I say very big thank you to the organizers.
Yeah, so it feels good to be recognized for what we have been doing for the past 15 years. And it's not an easy job. Trying to empower, trying to provide alternative solutions, power solutions, to everyday individuals, schools, healthcare, and CNIs, So it feels good, to be recognized.
Very much for the organizers giving this award. It increases our responsibility to maintain the same level of quality in our product to achieve. So again and again, like this award.
The High Octane event was attended by the who is who in the housing sector, royal fathers and representatives of the National Assembly and distinguished members of the press, among others.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
As the administrative headquarters of Nigeria, Abuja has become a city where many citizens from all tribes reside. A lot of people flock into the city daily in search of opportunities for a better living, resulting in the city's growing population on a regular basis. As the city receives more people, the struggle for access to affordable housing, which is inadequate for the teeming population, is giving rise to slum areas in the FCT. A community in Abuja known as Papi is a large and populated district within the Federal Capital Territory. It is a hilly area located opposite Maitama, across the expressway linking Asokoro and Kubwa. A visit to Abattoir, popularly known as Back of Crush Rock in Papi, further confirms that the community does not enjoy all the basic amenities and infrastructure due to its proximity to the seat of power, and is instead a community known for its lack of infrastructure and a population housed by shanties built on a landscape dominated by rocks. Mr. Francis, a resident who has lived in Papi for 20 years, highlighted the major challenges of living in Back of Crush Rock, a community in Papi. He stated that the living conditions of this area is not enjoyable and houses are costly and not up to standard.
I have stayed in Papi above 20 years. Just a room is between 7,000–8,000 naira monthly. When you talk of one-bedroom flat, we'll be talking between 150, 200, 250, depending on the condition of the house. You can talk of security challenges, you can talk of roads, you can talk of electricity, you can talk of water. There are many things that is standing as a challenge, and that's one of the things that is making people not feel comfortable here.
Esther David, a business owner and resident in the community, spoke about the bad roads leading to the community. She stated that one of the major issues in the community is access to good roads and security. She explained that the insecurity problem facing the community is alarming and needs the government's urgent intervention.
The basic things that we don't have in Papi is we don't have road. The major thing is road. Another one is security. There's so much insecurity here in Papi, so we need government to look for a major where he can come and assist us, because the insecurity here is much. Sometimes kidnapping, stealing of phones, breaking out people's door when you are not around. So those things are the challenges that we have, and roads too.
The lack of electricity in the community is frustrating to the residents of Back of Crush Rock in Papi, as it affects individuals and business owners. The absence of electricity is a major factor to the unavailability of water in the community.
The living condition in this area, let me say most of the times, we hardly had light issue in this area. like what my first say, if there is no good light sometimes, be as if we don't have water. We cannot fetch water for drinking. Sometimes even like if there's no rain, apart if there's no rain, we'll go to well. And bowls most times. Most important thing in this area is just electricity.
The residents of these communities plead with the government, especially the Minister for FCT, to come to the rescue of Pape residents in tackling the huge infrastructural differences between the community and others, especially in the area of access to basic amenities.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Nigeria government have not done well in implementing their housing program effectively, especially in the areas of the civil servant. Civil servant in this perspective narrowed down to the ministry workers, which earn meager, small salary. And you find out that some of them, to even stay in a good environment becomes a problem, because at the end of the year, if you put their salary together, it's not enough to pay for an accommodation. And this housing program supposed to be kind of palliative that will help civil servants live in a good environment.
Actually, there is a scheme, but when it compared to the amount they're selling it, and compared to the salary workers is collecting, they are different entirely. You can't be able to do anything about it.
Housing is a key thing that workers should enjoy. If there's a housing scheme, then I think a lot of workers don't mind just working their life just to get that housing, you know, because if you have to put in so many years into service, you're working in an employ, and at the end of those years, you don't have where to lay your head. It's really not good enough. So housing should be a priority. In fact, if government can just leave every other thing and then let the housing scheme be major in what they should let workers achieve at the end of their service, then good enough.
Well, the government is doing a lot to make sure that the workers get housing. But the problem here now is that comparing the salary of the workers, we discover that if you calculate the number of your salary, even if you want to work for the maximum 35 years in office, if you calculate the number, the money they will deduct from your salary, it cannot even afford the amount that the cost of the houses that are building now. What we would advise government to do is that if government want to do it, if they can in a way make it in a way that the loan that will be paying, the government should calculate, at least give us some soft loan to pay for the houses, because most of us that are working, we are unable to afford a decent house. If you look, we see where we are working, where we are staying. Some areas where we are staying, it's not decent, but there is nothing we can do. We just have to manage it.
The new current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be able to put some of those things into consideration. That some people, they are earning, they are civil servants, but their salary is very small. You understand? If you compare to their take home, the money they are earning is very small. They cannot be able to cater for their family much the way they want it to be, talk less of going to own in houses. So it's not something that is very easy. And at the same time, there's many ways that government can be able to do to make some individual or the civil servants who own houses. Take for instance, there are some banks that give out a loan. There are some government agencies that make a provision for their staff to own a property. You get it? So at least if government can be able to put some of those things into consideration by making an proper arrangements, taking some amounts of token from the inside their salary gradually, you get in form of a loan in order for them to be able to acquire a property, it will go in a long way.
More houses should be produced. There are a lot of houses due to high rates of the rent. Empty houses are all over and people are suffering. You go to some places, you find 5 to 10 people in just an apartment, and we have a lot of empty houses all over the town because the rent stage is on the high side. So he should provide more houses for us and then do something about the rent to reduce it so that everybody will be settled.
I think they should be able to at least bring a new policy how to go into this house schemes systems, so that they can also invite the agencies and the ministry how to at least finance the house scheme service system. If they can be able to do so, I think everything will be okay.
We are actually facing problem of housing in the country presently, especially of us in FCT. We want the government to give mortgage with lesser interest rates. They should make it available. Then the civil servant especially, we should be able to access the NHF loan easily. It shouldn't be with bottleneck. And also, like the green areas, those ones, the airport road, other areas, the government can even decentralize the federal secretariat, have the offices in the satellite towns, whereby developing that area so that people can build new and fresh estates there.
I urge the new administration to actually concentrate on effective revenue mobilization in housing sector, and not just mobilize revenue from them. You also see how to a kind of help those that are having housing challenge. Mass housing, yeah, because a lot of persons that are having housing problem are those people that cannot afford it.
The way they see about the house in Nigeria is too cost, and the work is not too there for Nigeria, and even the small one where you get not be say the amount too much for person. And some estates now, if you look around it, you see so many estates they empty and nobody rent it because of the cost of the amount of the houses. May government try to look into it for us, because it's not easy.
In recent years, Nigeria's economy has experienced a downturn that has had far-reaching consequences for many. While we grapple with the fuel subsidy removal and its multiplier effects on the economy, one issue that remains largely hidden, yet immensely profound, is the escalating rate of homelessness that is fast becoming a cancer. Housing TV reporters visited the Wumba district of Abuja to speak with members of the community who bear their minds on the situation they have found themselves.
Nigeria don't bat now well. To house rent now, land of the pursue people now, not be small. Now, 1 cup of gari is 16 naira, before now 20 naira. Seafood now, wahala. Children are going to go to better school. Now, we don't come out children for private school, go government school. Because of hardship we there now. The government really bad well. So far is there.
I'm stranded to get where to live, and I don't have money to secure an apartment. It's one of my friends that is squatting me now. Now, in that place, they sold the house. So now we are looking for money to secure another apartment.
Mama Prosper, as she is fondly called in her neighborhood, is a mother of 4 who could be seen displaying her frustrations, having been subjected to a lifestyle she never envisaged.
Come here tomorrow, even though I talk finish. May I leave me alone? May the government come help me?
The economic downturn has created a vicious circle with job losses and soaring cost of living, pushing more and more people into homelessness. Many have lost their livelihoods as companies downsize or close down altogether. The dwindling economy has also led to a significant rise in poverty levels, making it increasingly difficult for low-income individuals to afford decent housing.
I don't like the house, but they're ready to pursue me for the house now because I did not have money. 2 months now, I don't get work to go. To eat is problems now.
As I'm a family man, we are 7. We are living at one room. So I'm not okay. I'm assuming that this our country is okay. I'm not supposed to live one room. I appeal the government to help us, to help the poor masses, so that instead of them to diminish some places, because when they do it like that, people, other place where they will go, they will not see the place where they will live. No money, nothing.
The impact on children and vulnerable populations is particularly heart-wrenching. Young kids who should be enjoying their childhood are instead forced to navigate the harsh realities of life on the streets. The lack of education and healthcare services further aggravates their plight.
Make the government see our people where they work now. My organ and security be our house now. I don't even see who I was when they pay the landlord. Me and my children will live one room because na 2 room with the rent. Now one room we come pack ourselves because the money don't increase. May government help us. See the poor people who will not get work now. May them open small business or small work for us. Where we go feed the money that come up because we see money train our children. Business now not get hurt.
These residents are appealing to governments at all levels, organizations, and well-meaning Nigerians to come to their aid and address these issues with empathy and urgency.
Wetin I dey cry be say I want make government, make the government just calm down, or may just make our Nigeria better, make we get small places where we go use the stay.
With the saddening plight that has bewildered these residents, it is only imperative for all concerned to provide shelters and access to healthcare as well as educational opportunities to those in need, promoting policies that stimulate economic growth and create jobs, thereby tackling these monsters called homelessness to its roots. These will in turn foster a more secured environment for all in the future. For Housing TV Africa,
things now increase.